cost of on-campus accommodation has risen significantly, placing a heavy financial burden on students and their families. This increase has had far-reaching implications, particularly on vulnerable students who are now forced to seek cheaper, often unsafe housing alternatives outside the university premises. Female students in particular, Mr. Speaker, are disproportionately affected and exposed to heightened risks in insecure neighborhoods. This situation undermines not only the right to education, but also the right to dignity and safety for learners. In the statement, the committee should address the following. Number one, the justification behind the increase in accommodation fees in public universities, especially in light of the prevailing economic hardships and the need to ensure affordability and safety for all students. Secondly, the current state of infrastructure in university hostels, including the level of repair and maintenance of existing accommodation facilities. Third, an analysis of the current student populations compared to the available on-campus accommodation spaces and the plans, if any, that exist to expand and upgrade student housing in public universities. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, whether the Higher Education Loans Board intends to revise or enhance student loan disbursements to better support students in meeting essential needs such as accommodation, food, and transportation in view of these increases. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Chute, Senator from Marsabit County.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I have a request for a statement on the sharing of subscriber data between telecommunication providers and security agencies. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding the protocols and the safeguards governing the sharing of subscriber data between communication services and security agencies in Kenya. In the statement, the committee should, 1, clarify the legal procedural frameworks that guide how and when telecom operators share subscriber data with security agencies, including the role of court orders or statutory authorization. Number 2, confirm whether the Office of Data Protection Commissioners has received complaint or undertaken investigations into alleged misuse of such data and provide the status of outcomes. Number 3, explain the oversight roles of the Communication Authority and security agencies in ensuring lawful access and use of subscriber data, including any enforcement actions taken in the last 5 years. Number 4, indicate the number of data access requests submitted by security agencies between the year 2020 and 2025. How many were approved and how many were supported by valid court orders? And finally, Honorable Speaker, outline existing safeguards to protect subscriber data from unauthorized access, misuse, or violation of privacy rights, particularly in light of increased surveillance technology. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
The Senator for Kisii County, the Honorable Richard Onyonka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing regarding the Kenya National Highways Authority, KENHA, recent announcement on the expansion of Kiambu Road into a 4-lane highway and the controversial provision that only Chinese contractors or consortia led by Chinese firms are eligible to apply for these contracts. Mr. Speaker, in its public advertisement, KENHA invited bids for the Kiambu Road expansion project, but included an explicit requirement restricting eligibility to Chinese contractors or firms led by Chinese entities. Mr. Speaker, this condition raises serious concerns about the fairness, inclusivity, legality of this procurement process, particularly in view of our constitutional principles on competition, non-discrimination, and value for money in public procurement. In that statement, Mr. Speaker, the committee should address the following. Explain the rationale behind Kenya's decision to limit eligibility for this project to Chinese contractors only, or a consortium led by Chinese firms. Number two, for the committee to clarify whether this requirement aligns with the Kenya procurement laws, including the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act, and whether it complies with any applicable bilateral or multilateral funding agreements. Number three, Mr. Speaker, the committee should state whether Kenyan contractors or joint ventures involving Kenyan participation were considered in the development of these eligibility criteria. Number four, the committee to provide information on the source of financing for the Kiambu Road expansion project, any donor funds if necessary, and indicate whether the funding terms specifically required the exclusive participation of Chinese enterprises. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I would wish that the committee recommend measures to ensure that future infrastructure projects promote fair competition, enhance local participation, and uphold transparency and accountability in procurement processes as per our Kenyan Constitution 2010. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Raphael Chimera.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a request for a statement on the quality and durability of solar energy products sold to residents of Kwale County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Energy on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the quality and durability of solar energy products such as Solar Panda Delight sold to residents of Kwale County. Mr. Speaker, sir, residents in many rural parts of Kwale County lack access to grid electricity and have to rely on solar-powered lamps supplied by solar energy solution providers for some of the energy needs. However, the residents have expressed concern that these lamps often become faulty after a short period, and that due to lack of repair services, they are forced to purchase other units. In the statement, the committee should address the following. Number one, Mr. Speaker, whether their government set technical standards or certification requirements for solar energy products sold in Kenya aimed at ensuring safety, proper performance, and longevity. Number two, whether there are mechanisms in place to monitor the performance of the products after sale and to ensure adequate after sale support, including provision of spare parts and repair services by respective suppliers. Number three, Mr. Speaker, the names of all companies licensed to distribute solar energy products in Kwale County and obtain information on the technical assessment of the quality and longevity of their respective products. Number four, Mr. Speaker, whether each of the companies providers repair and offer after-sales services, and if not, obtain the reasons for the same, as well as the steps being taken to remedy the situation. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, the steps the national government is taking to connect all undeserved areas in Kwale County to the national electricity grid or alternative reliable off-grid energy systems to reduce reliance on.
Statement pursuant to Standing Order 57-1, the Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, pursuant to Standing Order number 57-1, I hereby present the business of the Senate for the week commencing 29th July 2025. Mr. Speaker, before I proceed to the statement, allow me to take this opportunity to laud honorable senators for ensuring the passage of the County Allocation of Revenue Bill, Senate Bills number 9 of 2025,
and the Equalization Fund Appropriation Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of 2025. During this sitting that was held on Tuesday, 22nd July 2025, and the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill number 2, Senate Bills number 8, that was passed on the 23rd of July 2025. These bills are crucial financial instruments that have an implication on the operations of the counties. I urge that this spirit continues in order to prosecute business before the Senate in a timely manner. However, this is not the end on these bills. I undertake to engage the leadership of the National Assembly to ensure expeditious consideration of bills. Mr. Speaker, as of now, this is the status of legislative business. 55 bills, of which 37 are at the second reading stage and 18 are at the committee of the whole stage, are pending for consideration. 31 motions are pending conclusion. 28 petitions are pending conclusion by respective committees, out of which 19 are due for reporting. And fourthly, 505 statements pursuant to Standing Order number 53-1 are under consideration by the respective standing committees. Honorable Senators will observe that business listed on orders number 12, 13, 14, and 15 are motions on reports on petitions, which are subject to time pursuant to Standing Order number 238. I urge the respective movers of those motions to remain in the chamber to prosecute that business. Mr. Speaker, sir, on Tuesday, 29th July 2025, the Senate Business Committee will meet to consider the business for the week. The tentative business for that day will include business not concluded from today's order paper, as well as business indicated on the notice paper. The tentative business for the morning sitting on Wednesday, 30th July 2025 will include questions to Cabinet Secretaries as approved by the Senate Business Committee, as well as motions. The questions scheduled include the following. Question 84 to the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, development by Senator Professor Margaret Kamar, EGH, MP. 2. Questions number 13 and number 18 to the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration by Senator James Morango, MP. Question number 26 to the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration by Senator Dr. Boni Khalwale, CBS, MP. Question number 28, 29, and 80 to the Cabinet Secretary for the Interior and National Administration by Senator Professor Tom Ojenda, Senior Counsel, MP. Question number 41 to the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration by Senator Daniel Mazo, EBS, MP. Question number 44 on the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration by Senator Edwin Sifuna, CBS, MP. Question number 49 to the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration by Senator Shakil Abdallah, MP. Question number 51 to the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, National Administration by Senator Catherine Muma, MP. Question number 54, 56, and 59 to the same Secretary by Senator James Lomenen. MP, question number 62 to the same Cabinet Secretary by Senator Joyce Korir, CBS MP, question number 72 to the same Secretary by Senator Kaduri Murungi, MGH MP, and question number 94 to the same Secretary by Senator Justice Retired Stuart Madayo, EGH MP. Mr. Speaker, the tentative business for the afternoon sitting on Wednesday, 30th July 2025 will include business not concluded from Tuesday's order paper and the following businesses. A, bills that are at the second reading stage. The county government's state officers removal from office procedure bill, the county government's Senate bills number 39 of 2024, and the street naming and property addressing systems bill, Senate bills number 43 of 2024. B, bills that are at the committee of the whole, namely 1, the early childhood education bill, the local content bill, the street vendors bill, the county library services bill. The labor migration management bill, the sports bill, the public fundraising appeals bill, the heritage museums bill, the environment laws bill, the statutory instruments bill, the county government's elections laws bill, the sports amendment bill, Senate bill number 45 of 2004. And then C, motions. 1, report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on its inquiry into the state of markets in Vihiga and Bungoma counties arising from a statement sought by Senators G. Osotsi, MP, and David Wakoli, MP. 2, progress report of the Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity, and Regional Integration on an inquiry into the diversity and inclusivity in the staff composition of state agencies in Kenya, and 3, report of the Standing Committee on Energy on the county oversight and networking engagements in Wajir County. Mr. Speaker, sir, the projected business for Thursday, 1st July 2025 will include business not concluded for Wednesday's order papers and any other business scheduled by the certain business committee. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I thank you and do hereby lay this statement on the table of the Senate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, Honorable Senators, I will allow comments for 20 minutes. If you get the floor, kindly take not more than 2 minutes to contribute. Senator Fernandez, Senator Cherargei.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I want to support the statement by Senator for Nairobi on the issue of accommodation among our students, Mr. Speaker. For some of us who have been to university, you can imagine the deplorable. Mr. Speaker, even the slums looks better than most of the hostels that we are seeing in most of these universities, Mr. Speaker. And even the exorbitant prices of over 40,000, yet there is no substantive work that has been done, Mr. Speaker. Can you believe most of our universities, you still find kunguni, or what is it called in English, bedbugs, Mr. Speaker? Our comrades are being eaten by bedbugs, Mr. Speaker. Can you believe? And this is the hub of serious knowledge engagement and discourse, Mr. Speaker. It can confuse, the bedbugs are confusing and making the sleep of comrades restless, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we used to have a say that when the help used to come, you eat like a king. You eat the chicken, then you eat what the chicken eats, and then you eat the chicken itself, Mr. Speaker. So it's very unfortunate, Mr. Speaker. I want to appeal that under the affordable housing program, the government must include the university hostels, Mr. Speaker, to make life bearable for the comrades, Mr. Speaker. I felt very bad that they were demonstrating over basic. In fact, we should be discussing in our universities, Mr. Speaker, about the innovation and scientific issues. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I want to agree with Senator Onyonga on the issue of Chinese, Mr. Speaker. I had a legislative proposal that contracts above 1 billion, below 1 billion, Mr. Speaker, should exclusively belong to Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. Can you believe Chinese and other nationals are doing contracts of 300 million, 200 million? What will happen to our local contractors, Mr. Speaker? I want to challenge Finance and Budget Committee to approve my legislative proposal that 1 billion and below should exclusively belong to Kenyans, Mr. Speaker, and I support all these statements. I thank you, Speaker, sir.
Senator Wambua.